Okay, guys, we're going to take a look at Day of the Dead skulls and how we can make something look really, really cool. A couple of easy, quick steps. You can see that this has a couple of gradients on it. So I'm going to do a couple of different things to get the gradients on there. You might look at it and go, oh man, gradient mesh. You don't have to. You don't have to use a gradient mesh. You can just use a gradient blend. Which is something I'm going to do. I'm going to have a gradient up here. I'm going to have an object here, object here. Pretty much everywhere I see a gradient, I'm going to put an object on it. So, first things first, template, always. New layer. And I'm going to title this Top of Skull. And I'm going to get an ellipse tool and get something about, whatever shape. No fill, so I can see what I'm doing. And then with my white arrow, just kind of get it moved in where I need it to be. When I have that, I have this shade going on right here. So I'm going to want to make this a gradient.
Good morning, may I have your attention
One
for
second.
today's announcement, please?
The bell's about to ring, so I'm just going to talk over the bell. So what I've done is I have a gradient here that is a light purple color. I went to the swatches and added flowers. So I have several flowery kind of colors here. And I just went from purple to white, but I made my white 0 opacity. So that way I can see stuff underneath it. Okay, once I have that, I have the same kind of shade over here and over here. So work smarter, not harder. Make 2 copies of it. Turn this one this way. And, I might want to make it no stroke. That makes more sense. Now this one that's over here, what I could do for it is try to think, well, what kind of purple do I want? Do I want it to be a lot of purple coming across? No, I want it to be very, very little. So I'm going to bring this down quite a bit. Bring this down even more. So it's really just at the edge, just like that. So I like the way that looks. So again, work smarter, not harder. I like the way that one looks. So why not just duplicate it? And it's transform, reflect. And now I've got one over on this side. Alright. So now we've got the beginnings of the skull right there. Now I've got this shape that I need to make. So I'm going to do the top of skull, lock it down, new layer, and I'll call this one jawbones. No, that's not the jawbone. Cheekbones. I know my body parts. So I got my cheekbones. Very simply put, it looks like a rounded rectangle, so I'm going to make it a rounded rectangle. But I am going to need to add some points to it. And now I can just take my anchors and bring them in wherever I need. So I might bring that one in there, bring this guy up here, grab that handle, pull it down. Grab that handle, pull it down. That looks pretty good. I still want another curve for right here, right? I need to make that curve happen. So that means this guy can only come to there, and then this anchor will come to there. This anchor is going to come to here, where the curve is, and this anchor is going to come to here. Alright, so now that I have that, let me turn these guys off. Now that I have that much done, I can decide what to do. Well, here, first of all, let's do this. Take it off the gradient for now. Alright, so I got my anchor, So let me zoom in. Get my curve going. That looks pretty good. Here's my handle for this one. That's looking pretty good. Now I still want this curve to come out, so I have to convert that anchor point. So I get anchors on both sides, like that. Good old convert anchor point tool. Now remember, I made the path in this direction, so that's why with this anchor I have to pull up. But on this anchor, I have to pull down, because it goes, the convert anchor point tool obeys the direction that you went in. Okay, now I can go back to my white arrow. I've got an anchor here. I like the way that's looking. Now, I still got to work on this little piece right here. What to do, what to do? Oh, I can add an anchor point. Add an anchor point, add an anchor point. Bring this guy down to the mouth, bring this guy down to the mouth. Go back to my convert anchor point tool and get my curve on. That guy's in the wrong spot. There we go. Go back to my convert anchor point. Get my curve on. There we go. Okay, now that I have that going on, I'm going to basically duplicate this layer, because I have cheekbone over here and I have a cheekbone over there. So I'm just going to have two cheekbones kind of on top of one another. Notice I'm not messing with the nose. I'm ignoring the nose. I just want the cheekbones taken care of right now. So we will do this side first, I guess. Get the direction correct. Go up that way. Bring this way up here. And let's have that go there. I think I want this to come more up this way. Too much. This way. Nope. This. Better. It's getting there. But you know what this is telling me is that I don't want this to be here after all. I think I may want to put a different layer for teeth right there. Yeah. Okay, so I get this to where I like it. I'm going to bring that piece down some. I can bring this piece down a little bit. Decide how much I want to really blend it in. That looks pretty good. Now I can take this whole layer and I will transform, reflect, but I'm going to make a copy of it. Whoa. Aha, see, I had just the lines. I need to have the whole thing selected. Object, transform, reflect, vertical, copy. Now I have them both. And now I've got cheekbones. That seemed to be working pretty well. So I can take these guys, kill the stroke, turn my other layers back on, turn this guy off, and now I got the beginnings of an actual, skull. Now notice, cheekbones are typically in front of, but mine are behind. So, got to change that. Let's move this guy up on top. Oh, it was locked. Okay, top of skull, below the cheekbones. Cheekbones on top. All right. Still kind of playing around with the idea of this. Nah, I like it back where it was. That's fine. Okay. So it's starting to come along a little bit. Now I'm going to do the mouth in class. I'm going to save this actually.